For my October 2020 bullet journal theme, I am using the new Magic Fortune Teller stickers from my Etsy shop. When I was painting these stickers, I knew that I wanted to use them for this month, but while I was making these spreads, I noticed that it didn't really turn out to be a fortune teller theme. So I renamed it the Spiritual Woman theme. As you can see, I struggled a lot in the beginning with making these spreads. I want to try to fit in all of the months of this year in this journal, but I only have a few pages left and we still have the last 2 months of the year. Wow, this year flew by, if you ask me. I wanted to try out a new layout to save some pages, but in the end I hated it, ripped everything off that I pasted in my journal, and I still used 2 pages, so it was a big fail. But I made a vertical calendar for my events, birthdays, and meetings. And this way it was really easy to have a good overview, and I must say I quite like it. The images that I used here are from Pinterest or from a vintage thrifted book, and I love the way it looks with my stickers. At the top of the page I painted a rainbow, starting off with a metallic copper watercolor from Van Gogh, I believe. That's the brand. And I finished it with my normal gouache paint from Arteza. And I must say, I have been quite obsessed with this metallic copper color, so I added it to the illustrations and the doodles as well. Last but not least, I also added a little bit of space to write down my monthly goals, and that was it for my first spread. For my habit and mood tracker, I went back to a layout that I used when I just started bullet journaling. I didn't really have enough time for my usual drawings for my mood tracker and the little calendars for my habit tracker, so I decided to not be mad about it and create this very simple tracker. What I love about this is that you can easily see how your habits influence your mood. Plus, it is really easy to set up, as you can see. It is kind of hard to explain these trackers. You kind of have to see how it works. But every time I do a habit, I can mark the box underneath the date. And for the mood tracker, the moon phases indicate my mood. So when I was in a really good mood, then I place a dot underneath the date on the line of the full moon, for example. I set another dot the next day and connect these dots together with a line. This way you will literally get a clear graph of your ups and downs. It is kind of hard to explain for me, but I hope you get what I mean. To finish this page, I added a label, some stickers and doodles, and of course more metallic copper paint. Next up are two of my weekly spreads, and guys or girls, guys and girls, I totally struggled with these pages. I started off with creating my collage border like always, and everything was fine till I started adding the dates and the days. As I mentioned before, I wanted to use less pages than I normally do, so I tried to fit one weekly on one page instead of using one spread for a weekly. I didn't really like it. It looked very plain but busy at the same time, so I added some watercolors, hated it, so I placed some paper on top of it to make it look better. But in the end, it looked very cluttered and there wasn't enough space to write down all of my to-dos. So for my next weekly spreads, I will definitely just use the stamps so it will look a bit more neat. Luckily, bullet journals are never perfect. It is a trial and error process. You create and you learn. That was it for my spiritual woman theme for October. I hope you liked it. Please check out my Etsy shop and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you next time.